In 1966, two men in Brazil were found dead on a hillside, with strange lead masks placed over their faces and no clear cause of death. What happened to these two men remains one of Brazil's most mysterious unsolved cases, the lead masks case. Was this a bizarre accident, or something far more sinister? On August 20, 1966, two Brazilian electronic technicians, Miguel José Viana and Manuel Pereira de Cruz, were discovered dead near a hill in the small town of Vintim, located in the state of Rio de Janeiro. They had traveled there to carry out some kind of mysterious ritual, but their deaths remain an enigma to this day. The two men were reported missing by their families after they had failed to return home. When their bodies were found, they were lying side by side with no apparent signs of injury, but both men were wearing identical lead masks over their faces. The oddity didn't end there. Next to their bodies was a small, cryptic note and an empty bottle of wine. But there was no clear explanation for why they died or how they came to be there. The masks themselves were unusual, made of thick, lead material, and they fit tightly over the faces of the men, shielding their eyes. Some experts believe that the masks were used as part of a ritual, possibly to protect the men from radiation, though this remains only a theory. What makes this case so puzzling is that there was no sign of foul play, no weapon found nearby, and no obvious reason for their deaths. The investigation began, but authorities were left scratching their heads. The note they found was a cryptic clue, stating only, for 30 p.m. be at the specified location. Bring the lead masks. The note seemed to indicate that the men had been expecting something, a meeting, or an event, but no one could figure out what that could be. What were they supposed to do at that time? Who were they meeting? And why were they instructed to wear the lead masks? The men had traveled to Vintim from Niterói, a city nearby, and were apparently involved in some sort of paranormal or mystical activities. The nature of these activities remains unclear, but it's believed that they may have been attempting to conduct some kind of esoteric ritual, possibly related to the belief in extraterrestrials or otherworldly forces. In the 1960s, Brazil was a hotbed for UFO sightings and supernatural theories. Many believe that the two men were part of a larger underground movement that sought contact with extraterrestrial life. Some speculate that the men were participating in a ritual designed to enhance their spiritual awareness or communicate with beings from another world. But did that ritual go wrong? Or was their death a result of something more sinister? Brazil had been experiencing a wave of UFO sightings during the 1960s, which could have influenced the two men's beliefs. The idea of communicating with extraterrestrials or tapping into otherworldly realms was gaining popularity. Some believe the lead masks were used as a form of protection during a supposed contact with UFOs or unknown entities. But no one really knows what happened that day, and no evidence has ever surfaced to explain the events leading to their deaths. Did the men die from something supernatural or extraterrestrial? Were they victims of their own beliefs, or was there a more mundane explanation for their deaths? Some theories suggest that the men may have died from poisoning or drug overdose, either accidentally or as part of a ritualistic practice. But this, too, remains speculative, as the toxicology reports were inconclusive. Some researchers believe the men were involved in a secret society, and the masks may have been part of an initiation ritual gone wrong. But no one has been able to prove any of these theories, and the case has remained cold for over 50 years. Today, the case of the lead masks remains one of Brazil's most puzzling unsolved mysteries. Despite the many theories that have been put forward over the years, ranging from UFO contact to mystical rituals, the truth behind their deaths continues to evade investigators. Were the men murdered? Did they accidentally overdose? Or was their death part of some larger, more mysterious event? The answers remain locked in the shadows, and the mystery endures. The case of the lead masks is one that continues to haunt the people of Brazil and intrigue true crime and mystery enthusiasts around the world. Without any conclusive answers, it's a chilling reminder of how strange and unexplained the world can be.